Hello. Hello. Welcome to Get Real Estate with Liz and Marie. I'm Liz.
And I'm Marie.
And Marie, you're outside with some sunglasses on.
I know. You want to see the view from my third floor balcony? Hold on, This is where I'm working from this week, y'all.
Awesome. See, that is the beauty of real estate right there, and the beauty of being self-employed. You can take your computer and travel with you, and we can still communicate.
I know. It's amazing. So I'm coming at you live from Cancun, Mexico. Awesome. And the boys, I think one kid is at the kids club. The other one is with my husband playing in the pool. And I just stole some time to come back to the hotel room to chat with y'all.
Well, good for you. Well, thanks for joining us. Again, like I said, the beauty of the internet and the beauty of now everybody's used to Zoom calls too, so it's even better.
I know. So yeah, it's great. We have a little personal jacuzzi out here too on our balcony. Look at that.
Awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited. I did spend a little bit of time on the MLS this morning to pull some data. So even though I'm in Cancun, I got Phoenix MLS data coming at y'all. So
I know, and this is interesting. These numbers, little shift, but that's okay. We're gonna start to see this shift now, and especially after this coming weekend, we're really gonna start to see it shift. But it's gonna be good.
I think so. I mean, I think the most interesting thing, honestly, about the numbers right now is the average days on market is, starting to come down again. So, that we're kind of out of that holiday phase where things were taking a little bit longer. And we all know that once the Super Bowl hits, the market starts going right back up here. So we're at 4766 for our active number of listings throughout all of Maricopa County.
So we're only down from 2 versus like what I think last week was like 110 or something.
Yes.
A few weeks ago. But that's what I'm saying. We don't have to be alarmed by that number, because what it means is it's the springtime and the market's going to pick back up again. So it's going to be good to see those numbers go back up again. But like you say, you're going to see the days on market go back down again, because now you got people out there moving and shaking again.
Right. The holidays are over. People are going to be looking to move and list those houses again. So I think the next couple months we'll start to see, hopefully, that inventory start to come up a little bit again. Mm-hmm. Phoenix, we have 821 active listings, 464 in Scottsdale. I will say the median list price is starting to level out in Scottsdale. We had seen it jump 100, 200, crazy, and then it's starting to settle back down slowly. So the median list price in Scottsdale right now is 1.4, let's just put it that way. And that's down 52,000 just from last week. But like I said, it just jumped. It peaked so quickly. So I think every single city that we work in has seen pretty much a slight decrease in pricing, except Mesa went up 4,900. But everywhere else, I mean, Tempe went down 28,000 and Chandler went down 14,000. So again, I think we're starting to see those prices kind of level out. And so we'll see what the next few months bring us. But yeah, I mean, the rental market too has been very consistent. So let's see what happens after the Super Bowl.
I know it's now that we do this weekly, it's so intriguing to see these numbers and what's going to happen,
Yeah.
It's fun. It's great. So I have a first article here. We've talked about these gals a couple months ago, and I went back and found our article and posted it on here so you can follow it. But, it was the powerhouse ladies, girl power, and they're doing it still again. And they bought 2,000 acres out near Buckeye, which is on the far west side. And Buckeye is just growing huge. And so that acreage was slated for residential, but they're going to turn it into some commercial planning and stuff. So I thought that was interesting. But, now that we do this consistently and we see these names, we're like, oh, I saw that. And I was like, oh, we have to talk about these ladies again.
Right. I mean, I'm so shocked. Well, not shocked, but like intrigued that, like you said, it's the same group of ladies, right, that bought this syndication out in Casa Grande, now bought this $40 million near Buckeye Airport. So these ladies are moving and shaking. We might have to invite them on our on our call.
I know. We're going to have to go on them now. But it's so great. And when we talk about that, it's even what we do. We are investors, but we have investor groups that invest with us, and that's what they do. So when, if you're new to investing and you're thinking that we're talking about these two ladies are taking on the world alone, they are taking the world by storm and facilitating the organization of these groups coming together and buying this and then building what's there. And that's what's, to me, is even more phenomenal, because you learn to bring who together to do what, the who, the how, the where, So I think it's great. So yes, we do need to hook up with them somehow.
We'll have to reach out. I'm sure Helena or somebody that we know can get us in touch with them.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. So it's just keeping an eye on Buckeye, though, because it is growing, and that's going out west. And so is it's going to continue out west, because that's where another huge parcel of land, I want to say, was bought by Bill Gates or somebody like that. And they want to build, I think we talked about that one time, this, utopia area out there or something. So keep an eye on that for sure.
Yeah. And then a quick second article, and I just wanted to throw this in there because everyone keeps asking, is a housing market crash on the way for 2022, right? Everyone's been seeing the prices go up and up and up, 30% increase. Here it talks about the median sale price in Phoenix rose from $325,000 in January 2021 to over $400,000 in October. Yeah. So that, just can we sustain this growth? And then is there going to be a crash underway? And I put the link to the full article in there so you guys can check it out. But it's nothing that we haven't talked about before, right? I mean, simplicity of supply and demand, even with the new construction that's going on, it cannot keep up with the demand. All of the investors, all of the different people that are moving into the Phoenix area, whether they're investors or just homeowners, right? Yeah. People love the Valley of the Sun, so they're going to continue to move out to Phoenix. There has been an increase in the amount of building permits that were pulled, but there's not all of that is new construction, right? There's a lot of remodel. There's a lot of investors like us that do redevelopment. So, right. I think it's going to be interesting. I think, like we just even talked about this week, how some of those price points are just settling and starting to come back down just a little bit. But I don't foresee a major crash in the Phoenix market in 2022.
There won't be. I just can't. I mean, which is going to lead to the next two things I want to talk about, and why people are moving here. I mean, it is the Valley of the Sun. You hit it on there. Sure, in July and August, it is brutal, but we survive, and you can have a mountain home or a lake house or something like what you just got.
That's why people go to Sedona and Flagstaff, right? And Show Low and Lakeside to escape the heat for a little bit. But yeah. I'd rather have that than shovel snow back in New York any day.
Oh my gosh. Which is why, that was last week. There was some major snowstorms, and, we had Groundhog Day, where I don't know, I forget how that goes, but they're supposed to have 6 more weeks of summer. 6 more weeks of winter, but it's our thing that they do here in Arizona, where they put the measuring stick out and the sun is out, and they say, oh yeah, it's 6 more weeks of sunny. So it makes me laugh.
It's not, the sun's not going anywhere either, along with the housing market.
I know. Well, okay. And so this week is a huge, 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 huge week here in Phoenix. Again, we talked about this the last couple of weeks, how all the events that happen here in the winter and in the spring throughout Phoenix. And this week is the Phoenix Waste Management Open. And that is a huge golf tournament out here. It's a huge draw. And it coincides always with Super Bowl. So they're always ending both on the same day. This year, this week I saw our temperatures are going to be in the 80s. There's not going to be a cloud. So when the people back east or up in the cold are seeing that, oh my gosh, look how warm and sunny it is in Arizona. We should go there. It exponentially brings up the tourist rate. It does the same thing to where my sister lives in Colorado. On a Sunday night or Monday night football games, if it snows in Denver, their bookings increase on the ski resorts, because people see, oh my gosh, we should go skiing. Look at all the, they're getting snow. So it's the same here. So the sunshine being out and everybody in shorts and short sleeves and out having fun
And they're going to see them all partying at the 16th hole, Liz.
I know. And so I had to put that in here because, thank God we're kind of moving on from COVID, and they just made up different protocols. Last year was a whole different ballgame. In 2020, COVID hadn't really hit yet. So it was still, the big party and the big stuff. Last year, they severely restricted the Phoenix Open and what you could do. So this year it's back in full force. And so tomorrow is the Pro-Am. It's a really fun day to go. There's a lot of celebrities, a lot of pro athletes, former athletes out there playing, coaches and stuff. It's really a fun day to see and be seen out there with the heavy hitters. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is going to be here. Michael Phelps, who I think he still lives here, is here. Larry Fitzgerald will be out there. Some of the actors will be out there. It's just really fun.
Yes. And I've spent many a times at the 16th hole, and it's a lot of fun.
Yes. And
most of the people out there aren't even golf fans. We're just drinking fans, but it's okay.
It's huge. And that's a rare event because what are you supposed to do at golf games? Be quiet, And so Phoenix decided years ago to embrace that. They could have put a halt to it and not allow it, but they decided to embrace it. And it's really fun. From what I've heard, the players love it too, because they get out there and it's just this ruckus, and it's fine that it's one hole, it's one place, it's one tournament.
Right.
And it's fun. Now this year, yes, it's this year, they're going to start having a couple concerts out there. Normally they have Bird's Nest concerts off the greens at night, but now they're setting up a concert stage out there. So it is fun, and it's just so great for our economy. And so that's why the next thing is I want to talk about it's Super Bowl Sunday, but it's a phenomenal. I mean, this week in sports, but next year in 2023, the Super Bowl is here in Phoenix, as well as the Phoenix Open happening at the same time.
And lots of concerts, because the last time we had the Super Bowl here, we went to a lot of pregame concerts, and those were a lot of fun. Yes. So it definitely draws such a crowd because it's so diverse, right? It's not just about the sports at that point either. No. There's other things to do. There's so many restaurants and attractions and spas, and it's great for
your boys too and stuff like that. They can get that NFL experience and see that. So again, the economic draw to our city is going to be huge. But what does that also do? Oh my gosh, we should move here.
Or get a second house or whatever, right?
So here. And so next year, if we think this year's crazy, next year could really put, Phoenix back on the map again. And, sunshine, warmth, activities.
Right.
So we need to gear up for that. We need to get some houses.
I know. I mean, and listen, I love it here. My family back in New York always asks me what made me make the move. And I can't always be honest on what made me make the move, but I can tell you what made me stay. And it's just the sunshine, the amount of activities, the things that you can do, and really the convenience of the city in general, right?
We're so close you can get to Mexico.
Right. We're so close to other places. Yeah. Whether it's Mexico or Vegas or even, San Diego or whatever. So I love it.
I know. Speaking of which, I did book my spring break Mexico trip for my daughter's senior year yesterday. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, Chris and I were talking about, Thanksgiving down in Rocky Point again. So we'll have to figure that out again.
Yeah. Very fun. All right. So these are just the things. So we put a little bit of Super Bowl information on there. It is this weekend. The Bengals are playing the LA Rams, and I have to give kudos to the Rams because they did beat the Cardinals out. So you want to see that team not get knocked out then. So they've made it. I am an Ohioan, so I have to kind of cheer for the hometown team.
And on the entertainment side of things, I love that you included, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige are performing at the Super Bowl halftime show.
That's huge. Who's performing? People always want to know. They want the commercials, who's in the game, what times it starts, who's halftime. And then my daughter dances competitively this weekend, and her schedule was Friday night and Saturday afternoon. And then they just sent the schedule out last night, and they switched it. And now she's Friday night and Sunday afternoon. And I was like, somebody went in there and, changed that up. But that's okay. I mean, it'll be fine. We'll get home in time. I just won't have a party now. But it's a fun day to watch, to be a football fan, whether you are or not, because it's just a fun day to have a party. And
Super Bowl Sunday is always a good time. And then we still have some other exciting events going on in the Valley, right? So, we mentioned the Waste Management Open. The Renaissance Festival is going on all the way through April 3rd.
I know. Now listen to this. So they couldn't have that last year either. And where my daughter dances is way out towards that. And they have the signs on the freeway about the traffic jams and everything. So people are getting out there, and that's so great. They're getting out and enjoying that too.
Yeah. And then we got some concerts coming up, spring training, NASCAR. And the Luke days, right, at the Air Force Base. That's going to be awesome too. So definitely lots of cool stuff.
Yeah. And next week we're going to talk about the spring training, because again, that's a huge draw, but right now that is on hold because they're having a lockout right now. So the economic impact that will happen with the Valley, but then again, it goes back to what it does for people that if it does happen and when it happens, and, people getting here and showing up and seeing that. And again, it's just letting our light shine.
Yep. All right. Well, I'm going to get back to the pool.
Okay. Yep. Peace and love and have fun. And don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Oh, not at all. All right, guys.
Bye,
see you next week.